Okay, here we are back on the farm again today. Today I have my daughter to help me do some work. We're going to put up a gate, and it really has no purpose other than the field trial competition so that the girls have to open a gate from horseback. Now yesterday I built 2 jumps over here and forgot to video what I was doing. So I'm going to come over and take a quick look at them. I got a red oak log. It's real skinny. This is off a tree that fell back in a storm we had. And then another little skinny jump with just a stack of poles. I drilled them, put rebar in down to the ground to hold them so they wouldn't move around. But so in the competition, they'll be able to pick their own line. They can either take one fat log or the stack of logs.
And you have to navigate the street here.
Yep.
On the line.
There's a tree in the way.
Adds a little extra interest to it. This is my favorite new jump on a horse.
All right. So maybe today we'll take a few shots of actually working instead of just me showing what's been done. All right, got a tree on the ground, got to clean up too. All right, here we go. We've decided where we're going to put the gate. Just going to use the post hole diggers and kind of lay out the hole, get it lined up where we want it. Make it easier to hit with the auger. So we need 8 foot in between our posts. Doesn't really have to be perfect with anything, just to get somewhat symmetrical.
Pick it back up. Pick it back up. It went off. Okay, that's probably. Okay, so we're setting up a gate that's just going to be opened and closed for the field hunter trials. So rider will have to ride up to the gate and open it from on their horse. So we've decided we are going to do it this way because most people are right-handed as opposed to putting it over here, which would make it harder.
Alright, when you buy a gate, they come with these little hinges, which I never use because they're not adjustable. Once you get them in, you're pretty much stuck with where they are, so I throw them away. And I buy these adjustable ones from Tractor Supply or your local hardware store or whatever you want to get them. And that way you can adjust the gate, because over time if your post gets to leaning and it makes it hit the other post, and you can pull it in and out, up and down. So we're going to drill some holes, put these in, and then we'll be back. Level.
Yeah. So we decided to do the bottom hinge at 1 foot from the ground, probably a little higher than you typically would do it, but since people are going to be opening this from horseback and not from the ground, it will be a little bit more helpful.
Here's the battery.
Drill's getting the best of you.
Yes, it is. After my drill almost kicked my tail, realized my drill bit's a little dull. I've been drilling holes in cross ties. But we got our bottom hole in. So now we'll hang the gate up, make a mark for our second hole, and then drill it if the drill will manage to get it through. Alright, we've got the post up, got the hinge bolts in. Now, typically you want to turn the bottom bolt up, the top bolt down, so that the horses can't come stick their head in the gate and bounce it up off the hinges. Now, you see the rust marks. These things usually come up here like this. But I've learned over the years that eventually that thing just works its way down no matter how tight you make it. So typically it's a little harder to do when you first put it together, but if you'll put it down where you're right at the bar, so that when you hang it on the post it can't slide down, and then you don't have to worry about the gates falling off the hinge all the time. Now it's usually good to have a handy dandy partner to hold the gate up for you while you put it in, so you get this bolt started. You may have to squeeze it back together after you've knocked it off. But go. Now it can't slide down because of the bar, and it stays in place.
Okay, we're adjusting this because it's not exactly parallel with the post. Is that why?
Yes, this is the beauty of having these adjustable bolts, where if you use the ones that come with the gate, you don't really have a whole lot of adjustment. And as over time, this post starts to sag, which normally you'd have another fence line on it, and it attached to it, it would help support it. But since this is just for show purposes, we're not really going to build a whole line of fence for it.
Okay, we decided to add these little boards on either side of the fence to keep the horses from going through here, and just honestly I think it looks pretty cute. So we just made sure we had equal space between them at the top and the bottom, and between all three. Okay, we're almost done. We are just going to even up the tops of these posts. This one's a couple inches taller, so it's going to cut it down with the chainsaw.
Wow.
If he can get it started. All right. Looks good.